Today, we're gonna try something that can potentially ruin me. I'm gonna read actual native material written by the Asians themselves.
Oh, but why don't you read English fan fiction? Well, 2 reasons. 1, that's accessible to everyone. I'm trying to find new stories that you guys haven't even seen yet. 2, I'm on a quest to learn Mandarin, and I thought, hey, shouldn't reading in Chinese help me improve my vocabulary?
But it's not just any written material. We're reading fan fiction of 网络上掀起了空前的名潮 aka Wuthering Waves.
别拿你那胸肌挤我脸
Don't squeeze my face with your chest muscles.
My mind is gonna be so 腐蚀.
Have I learned any new Chinese words? No.
Wuthering Waves is an RPG game set in a world where most of humanity has already been wiped out. Monsters patrol the city, and it's up to the protectors of the land, or resonators, to destroy them.
I've just started my first fanfiction of this challenge. The description is rating mature, category MM. I think that means male to male. 5,977 words. So this will be quite a long one, and I'll tell you how it goes. 我们开始好了吧? I am literally only 3 paragraphs in, and it's already insane. It's already unhinged. These 2 people, Julian and Jian, they're next to each other. Jian woke up, and he's already thirsty for Geshulian. He wakes up all sleepy, and he's just like, 睡醒了. As Geshulian responds, he's like watching his mouth. This is the beginning. We're literally the 4th paragraph in.
So, we're starting off with a fanfiction between Geshulin and Jiyan. I've actually already played Jiyan's story in the game, and I can't lie, he's a very flashy man. We all know that we shouldn't 以貌取人, but take a look at him. He is the 风景我们可以逛逛. As one of the best generals in the Jinzhou city, we know he got talent too, because that man can also summon dragons. Geshulin is only mentioned, but he's said to be a former general and a rival of Jiyan.
This is insane. This is what Jian said to Geshulin.
别拿你那胸肌挤我脸
Don't squeeze my face with your chest muscles. Wow, their chests must be humongous. What? I think it's really hard for me to learn Chinese when the majority of the words are coming at me. I don't know if I want to remember this experience. If after the first chapter it gets really bad, we're moving on, okay? In English, we study metaphors, and I thought I kind of had a grasp, but this author takes it to a new level.
兔子洞里的爱丽丝玩够了现在开始玩小兔子拔萝卜
What? They're referencing Alice in Wonderland, and the English translation is Alice in the rabbit hole has had enough fun. Now let's play with the little rabbit and pull out the radish. And this is how I'm reading. I'm doing 1 sentence at a time and then translating it with Google Translate. My search history is cursed. It splits up the first chapter into, I think, like 5 parts. So we're done with 1, which was like the insane scene with them together on the bed. And now they're in school. So we're in Jian's perspective. He gets a love letter from this random girl in his class. But then Jian just goes up, 对不起，我有男朋友. Well, the good men are always gay. I think I can concentrate more on the story because it's not bang, 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 you know? It's slower pace, there's more dialogue, better for the mind. Friends weren't very surprised that he had a boyfriend. 你没住校，是和他在一起. Why does he live in this? Is he poor? And he just says, 关起来了. So mysterious, like he doesn't want to talk about it. I would also keep Geshulin to myself. I mean, look at that man. We just finished chapter 2. Basically, in the first steamy scene, Geshulin was kind of described as a ghost, and I thought this is just part of the metaphor, like a moment that can't be described, like otherworldly. But it turns out he actually was imagining a ghost Geshulin. Apparently, Geshulin is in a prison. So he has bad boy vibes. Oh, Jian went after school to the prison trying to look for Geshulin. And we don't know what's up with Geshulin. Like, why is he in the prison? What bad boy things has he done? I'm invested now. chapter 4 explains it, and it's kind of smart. In the first chapter, we didn't know if Geshulin was a real person or not. He was described as a ghost, and there was a lot of description about raining. We were first given a description of Geshulin being covered in wounds with a gaping hole in his body. Jian was the one who witnessed this and was the one who called for help. They were then taken to Black Coast, which is like a research institute, basically for Geshulin to get healed up. And at that time, Jian couldn't really access him at all. He basically thought Geshulin was dead. He can only remember him disappearing in the rain. Hence, the description of all of the rains in chapter 1. It's very hard to write stories about Shen Mi Ren. Sometimes it gets very cliche. But this one is good. Geshulin got out of like the research institute and he's been serving his time in prison. When Jian knew about this, he would bring him lunch food every day. That's why he went to see Geshulin in the prison.
So, I'm going to be giving this fanfiction 4 stars. To explain the ranking system, 5 stars means it's an amazing fanfiction. Its story is 独特的，给我一种特殊情感。4 stars is when the story is pretty good. 3 stars means it's just, mid. 2 stars means unmemorable, and 1 star means I wish I've never read it. And I'm giving it 4 stars because this story actually had imagery. Like the whole ghost thing was pretty smart, and it seemed like actual thought was being put into the writing. But it's not 5 stars because the first star was a bit in your face, like it was quite jarring. If you want to write a good spy scene, I need to see a bit of connection first, like personally speaking.
This title is Female Rover and this character called Scar and their prison play.
When I want to pick up stories, I want to 缓解压力，所以我选类型有兴趣的故事。Usually, this 导致 bad boys. Scar literally describes himself in-game as a cruel and twisted guy. And also, he really likes to mansplain. This man is just yapping, talking about his ideals in the game. But at the same time, he's quite funny. Like, he cracks jokes once in a while. And so, I thought choosing a fanfic with him would be quite a good idea.
4th line, and we're seeing Scar just from his prison cell, and the main character, aka Yu, reach out for his hands. And I don't know why it's so descriptive, but they describe the hands as with bulging and thick veins. It's kind of cute because the main character actually wants to get to know Scar. 想看看他其他的模样. She wants to get to know him better. This is what you should do, don't just go for appearances, like know the person. You are single, bitch. Like you've never had a relationship before. And this is the first time you're getting flirted at by a guy who's got like big hand veins and stuff. He's literally only said like 1 sentence and you're already like, how is this man flirting with me? Calm down. Your flirting skills, man, need some practice. You are Scar. Is it difficult for you to take a dress off? Scar responds, 你要不要试试吧? Like, do you want to try? And surely for you, it must be easy. Scar is cooked for you at the same time. You tell Scar to like not talk to you because you're obviously embarrassed, and the man listens. We love a man who listens.
那双狐狸俨然有兴趣地直勾勾盯着漂泊者。
He stared at you with interest with those fox-like eyes. You like touch Scar's scar, he has a scar, and then it gets physical, and I think I want to stop now, please.
This was actually a pretty fun read because the author did make Scar the Rizzler, which is a trait of every bad boy. But Rover, or you, literally had no personality, and I took that personally because the point of me reading fics with myself as the main character is that I'm supposed to be, who I'm not in real life, like funny.
I wanted something that kind of encompasses what Wuthering Waves is all about, and so I found one deep within our AO3 where we have multiple characters at play. And the title of this is Come to the Big Party in Jinzhou City if you are interested. Sounds very innocent, party, all good things, having fun. There are nearly 1,000 hits on AO3. I think it's a good thing. I have high hopes. Let's end it with a bang. I mean, not that kind of bang.
Maybe you haven't catched on, but this isn't my first time reading fanfiction. I have the Zhu Hui on good fanfictions, alright. And y'all know, fanfiction 成为了忠实制的. But this is where some of y'all are blindsided. There are some good fanfictions out there, like people who really understand the characters and write compelling stories. So usually, having a fanfiction with multiple characters is great.
This was not what I expected. In Wuthering Waves, you have this energy. The more of this resonance energy you have, the stronger you are. So there was like a rumor that is spreading. To increase your stats, it's by getting together with the main character, which is yourself. My mind is getting corrupted. I feel like we should stop. I have many questions. Sometimes it's good to leave things in mystery. Yeah, no more, please, no more.
But this, I really couldn't finish. 的描述很难以应对. I thought it would be like a nice story, all the characters having a good time at a party. But they were having a different kind of good time to what I was envisioning. Like good for them, but not good for my Google search history. So this fic, I will be giving a 1 star. Because in a party setting, you could do so much more with all the characters. Because more characters means more drama. But they're just playing it super cheap and they're just acting like monkeys. In the beginning, I told you guys that I would read every popular Wuthering Waves Chinese fanfiction. But the truth is, this challenge killed me. 可观的 AO3 小说有过度的 unnecessary details. It just doesn't fit with the YouTube regulations, so if I read it, my monetization YouTube dream is over. I couldn't put it in the video, but that wouldn't stop me from giving you a little synopsis. So I will talk you through some 极端 examples where I was this close to quitting this challenge. Buzz, in a nutshell, was basically a competition for male generals to show how long they last. And you know what I mean when I say that. They have to take turns with Jian, who in this fic is a girl. And so Jian is the queen of this competition. And the 5 males kind of line up and then, take their turns. Another fic. Your recruiting skills are so poor that it's not as effective as sliding into my bed. The title is so damn long, it's like one of those Japanese light novels. So I thought it'd be funny if I tried reading it, but this story is literally fanfiction between Scar and you, and dude, the title already is the story. Being the big man here, I stepped away from these types of books. So would I be doing this challenge again? I mean, well, some of them were good. So unfortunately, I did not find a 5-star fanfiction, and honestly, I did not expect to do so. I mean, I was literally on AO3. This site did have controversy with its Chinese population previously because it is more known for its adult-themed content. Through this challenge, I also looked at other fanfiction sites, but I had a really hard time, and Chinese communities recommended this site called Lofter, but it's blocked on my Play Store. So if any of you know any other good fanfiction sites, drop it in the comments. Obviously, it's for the greater good of my community, and I won't be looking at any more fanfiction. And let me know if you're a big reader too, if you tried reading books in a foreign language as well. How did that go? I'll see you in the next one.